Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I haven't been on here in a long time, so yeah, I need to do that. But before work, I decided to go ahead and record a video for you guys. Today I'm going to talk about the stages of grievance. The only reason why I'm talking about this is because on Christmas I buried my aunt, and it's a whole story to that, and I might tell it, I might not, I don't know yet. I'm not quite comfortable telling the whole story, so I'm just gonna wait on that. But before I get into this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all of those things. Make sure you hit the notification bell. And I see we have newcomers to my channel. Welcome. And if you've been here for a minute, welcome back. How you doing? What's up? So yeah. So let's get straight into this video. So, and I also tell you guys what stage I'm on. The first stage, as you all know, is the shock and denial. This is when someone tell you when it first happened, or if the first, because this can go for death, it can go for a breakup, anything. When someone first tell you somebody passed away, for instance, you're gonna say, nah, not them, because I just talked to them. So it becomes the disbelief, and you start to see some physical symptoms like nausea. Sometimes people do vomit it. You don't sleep. You feel just emotionally numb. And I still at this point feel emotional numb. Cause you feel like you're watching somebody else's life and not your own, and it's like, this can't be me. This can't be my life. It's like you are detached from reality, and that is the worst side, okay? Because when reality do hit, that's when the pain and the guilt kick in, and that's the next stage. And this is where you start to feel, okay, maybe it is true. Maybe they did pass away. Maybe God needed them for something. And when that happened, you like, okay, I was selfish because I felt like, why would he take them when he could have took someone else? So you start to feel guilty about something you should have or could have done and said, but you was pig-headed, or you were stubborn, or something. Because when my uncle passed, I was guilty, and then then it turned into anger, because I didn't get to see him take his last breath. Like, I didn't go to the hospital because I didn't want to see him like that. So it was kind of me being selfish, because it was a lot of people that called and said that he asked for me, and to this day I still have that little guilt. Like, some people say, oh, you should be over it by now, blah blah blah, but you don't understand how close me and my uncle was. So it's like, okay, yeah. And it's crazy because I'm going to counseling for it. So yeah, that much. Like I said, when the anger and the bargaining start coming in, or the anger and frustration, and with my aunt funeral, my aunt death, this is where I'm at mainly, is the anger, the frustration, the guilt, I'm still a little bit in the denial part, but it's not anger towards God, it's anger towards the people who did it. Is anger towards the judicial system, is so yeah. And I also have a slight anger towards my my aunt, but it is not such as big as it would if towards the judicial system. Get what I'm saying? Like it's not that big. Um and then also I haven't hit the depression, the loneliness, and the reflection stage yet, but I feel like it's coming, and I feel like it's coming fast, and I feel like it's gonna come a day I'm least expecting it. And the day of reflection is basically where you reflect the loss and how it's affected your life, or or um or what happened after the death. Like sometimes we blame the people, like if you want to die, this wouldn't happen. So you go back to the whole blaming thing. Because I feel like stage 3 and stage 4, the anger, the bargain, the depression, the loneliness, the reflection, all of those go together, because you always go back to, it's your fault. If you didn't leave me, this wouldn't happen. So um but again, during the depression stage and the reflection stage, this is where the reality actually hits you. Because some people go through, they deal with death in different stages, and sometimes people don't cry at the funerals, or sometimes it takes years for people to cry, and then you always wonder, okay, did they really love that person, or are they just going through the motion just to get to the money? You get what I'm saying? But sometimes it takes people a long time to just deal with the loss, bring it to reality, and just cry it out. Some people don't cry. Some people, they get real angry, and they start questioning themselves, questioning God, questioning a lot of things. But yeah, so that's what it is. When someone dies, I'm always withdrawing myself. So at the beginning, this is like stage 1 for me. I withdraw myself from people. Um, when people ask me how I'm doing, oh, I'm doing fine. How you doing? But in all reality, it's I'm not doing that great. Okay. So I just I withdraw from people just to deal with my feelings. Um, But if you're not me and you really don't know how to handle your emotional side, it's best if you have like a major support system. I have a support system, but I can't say I don't use them all the time, because I don't feel like they understand what I'm going through and how I handle my grief. So I don't use them. Um, the 5th stage is the upward turn. And this is where um you start feeling better every day. And I can honestly say you won't feel the whole happiness at once. And you start to feel okay. You actually do. You start to feel okay. You start to reality start to set in. You start to find ways how you can live your life without that person. So it starts to get better and better each day. A little of the sadness die away, a little of the pain go away, and all of that stuff. So yeah. Um. So yeah. And then this is where the reconstruction and the working through the situation comes. This is like the aftermath. This is like when you have to get the headstone, when you have to get like pack up clothes that the person was in. Um, this is like the aftermath. In the movies where um, on the movies where the husband or the wife or the widow is packing away their husband's stuff or their wife's stuff and giving it to charity, or they going to see lawyers just to see what's in the will. This is the reconstruction part, working through it. And this is where they take back their control of their life. And then the final stage, I must say, which I wish I was at, it was the acceptance and hope stage. It don't mean that you simply going to get over it, but you found ways how to deal with it. You acknowledge the loss, and you feel okay with moving forward. So yeah. I feel like this is another stage where you feel like it's okay to talk about it. And I feel like right now I'm kind of far from that stage because, you know what, I'm going to talk about it. So, because it's no reason to like hold it back, because it's just no reason. So, way before Christmas, around Thanksgiving time, I want to say it was way before Thanksgiving, I think. A couple of days before Thanksgiving, maybe. Or was it the first? No, it was the first week of December, matter of fact. My aunt and my cousin was in an accident. And they was in an accident with the 18-wheeler. So, so we had issues because I didn't call it an accident. Because for one, we found out that the truck driver wasn't supposed to even be driving at that time. He was on a 34-hour reset. And if you know about truck drivers, they have like 30 minutes to where they rest. Then they have a 34-hour reset where you go rest and all this stuff. But he wasn't even supposed to be on the road, period. So he went head to head with my aunt and my cousin. And it was death on arrival, basically. That's basically what they called it. So with that, it was just crazy because it was a lot. Because, okay, Gary, get your story straight. So, we got the call. It was like probably 3 o'clock in the morning. And they said that my aunt was driving and she fell asleep behind the wheel. This is the story that we got from the police officers that called us. So I'm thinking to myself, my aunt shouldn't fall asleep behind the wheel because she just don't fall asleep like that. Especially with my cousin in the vehicle with her, it'll never happen because yeah, I just know it'll never happen. She makes sure when she get behind the wheel and he's in the car with her, she makes sure that everything is taken care of. But that's just how much she loves her son or whatever. So, that's the story we got. So, it didn't set well with my dad, and that's my dad's first sister. Him and my aunt was like real close. Like they was twins, but they wasn't twins, but they acted like it. So, I must say he took this one hard, like super hard. Like, I feel like it changed his personality. I feel like it changed him a little bit. So yeah. A couple of days go by. We wondering why the coroner haven't released the bodies. So we call the coroner and he says he doesn't have the body. He doesn't have the bodies. And come to find out they sent the bodies to Jackson. If you don't know, if you stay in Mississippi, if it's like something tragic happened where the hospital that's nearby can't solve it, they always send them to Jackson and all of that stuff. So they sent the bodies to Jackson, and mind you, the family did not know anything. Like that we didn't get a call or nothing. So we knew for a fact that was kind of suspicious because we are the family. So why won't we like get a call or something? You get what I'm saying? But we never did. So Um, it went and then a couple of more days came, and we just didn't hear nothing back. Like, we didn't hear nothing. So and I keep saying we didn't hear nothing because we was her next of kin, and she put us down on everything. So we didn't hear nothing back, and I'm like, okay, if this was a normal situation, which it wasn't, but if it was a normal situation, it wouldn't have took so long for us to hear something back or let us know when we can take the body home. It wouldn't have been an issue. So I feel like they was trying to hide it, like trying to hide trying to hide the situation from us. But I really didn't speak on it because it wasn't my place at that time. So the story goes on to where um it's been almost 2 weeks now, okay? And we still haven't heard anything back. So this is when I went and talked to my lawyer. And when my lawyer got involved, this is when we found out that the truck driver wasn't even supposed to be driving because he was on a 34-hour reset. We found out that the company didn't treat this as a fatality. They just treated it as an incident or accident. And at the time, the dude didn't even get penalized for it or nothing. So that to me was kind of suspicious because I felt like if there was anybody else, they would have got fired. They would have, like, at the time, as soon as it happened, it wouldn't have been no questions asked. So, but I understand the time that we live in today is different things for different folks. You get what I'm saying? So, my lawyer got involved, and then he brought his whole team. And let me tell you something. When the lawyer bring a whole team on something, it becomes very expensive, okay? So, and I'm glad because I have this lawyer in retain, but he is becoming very expensive, okay? But anyways, the situation goes on, and mind you guys, this is like another week right before Christmas, okay? And this is when everything goes spiral, okay? Well, not spiral, but this is when everything gets settled. So, my other aunt sister, because at the time my dad, he wasn't so involved in it because my dad is the type of person, if he feels strong about something, he's not going to go in it as a gentle giant anymore. You get what I'm saying? My dad is 6'5". So, yeah, he wasn't so gentle. So he stayed out of it until he was needed. So this day he was needed. So I called my dad and I was telling him the situation. He came home so fast and then he handled the situation. But the thing is, I feel like the lawyer told us that the company, they was not going to pay for anything because it wasn't the driver's fault. She should have swerved over when she seen the truck coming for her. So they were just trying to make it seem like it was her fault that the truck hit her. So I called my dad because that wasn't right, because I this needed to be a grown up battle. Even though I'm grown, but this needed to be a man to man battle. My daddy drive 18-wheelers, so he know like what's the in and the outs, and what the company was telling us was definitely not it. So we spoke to the CEO of the trucking company, and he was very apologetic. Like, bro, we don't need your apologies right now. We need a solution, like, right now. So we finally got the bodies. They finally released them. Come to find out, the company was holding them. And I don't know how that quite worked. Maybe I need to do some research on it, because they was holding the body, getting it released until the case get closed. But I really don't know how that works, and maybe I should do a little research on it, which I think that's what I'm gonna do when I get out of work today. But so yeah, they held the body and bodies, and then they released him because the CEO said that he felt like he'll pay for the funeral. He felt like it was his trucker fault. He said his trucker was going to get penalized for it, and that's the day he got fired. And when I say penalized, he really didn't get penalized. I feel like he got slapped on the wrist, and they just let him go. Like, they just fired him. And you get what I'm saying? Like, they really didn't take charge like I thought they was. Because if you're going to penalize someone, you supposed to take, like, everything. Like, go after their livelihood. You get what I'm saying? It didn't happen. But he did get fired, as to what at the time, that's what we thought, okay? And I say that because he still works there, okay? And after the funeral, which was on the 25th, Christmas morning, we went to bury my aunt and my cousin. And they did partially pay for the funeral. They didn't pay for it all. They just paid for the casket. And they paid for flowers. That's it. And then we went back probably a couple of days after Christmas. It was Monday or Tuesday. We went back. No, it was Monday, cause I remember yeah, it was a Monday, because I remember, because I had to go meet my dad early in the morning, cause he had to show me something. So I get where my dad is, and yeah, the dude is still working there. And when he saw us, he was just staring. I guess because he thought he saw a ghost, but he was just staring at us. We was staring at him, wondering how the hell does you actually run over somebody and you still have a job. That I couldn't understand, and to this day I still don't understand it. And I feel like I'll never understand it. So I shouldn't even, like, it shouldn't even be like a thought, because it wasn't. It just wasn't. It just wasn't. So yeah. But anywho, we got that squared away, and honestly, I'm still upset. I'm still mad. I'm still peed off. And I think my lawyer got peed off too, to the fact that he took, from that point on, he took on the case pro bono. So it was just a whole situation, and I'm glad I had my lawyers. I'm glad the situation didn't persist like I thought it was gonna do. So yeah. So I'm happy for that. I don't know. I feel like this situation could have been handled better than what it was. I feel like a lot of people got popped. A lot of people got popped on the wrist. Believe it or not, I feel like a lot of people got popped on the wrist to handle this situation. And I know every situation is different, but I just feel like this could have been handled in a different way. But yeah, but I'm just happy we got her in. We got her where she belongs, and we can go on with our grieving and all of that. So yeah. But this the end of this story, and this whole topic video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all of those good things. Make sure you hit the notification bell, and all of that stuff. Make sure you check out the description box, of course, because yeah, it's always, I always leave some goodies down there for you guys, especially my social media. You guys should check that out, of course. So yeah, I think that's it. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Always remember, self-love is the best love. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.